I understand. I just want to be clear on what exactly do you want me?
Only the truthfulness issue itself. The crux of the investigation is that Ray has said, or Pinson comes forward and said, or whoever brought it forward.
Okay, so right, I got that part, and then the fact that you have 3 other officers and that never heard it,
right?
And then skip on to the polygraph.
Yes.
Okay.
And then those were those 3 particulars were interviewed. Pinson denies saying it. He was polygraphed. His polygraph was showed to be truthful.
Right.
Royal, in 2 statements, one written or one verbal and one written on an email, said that he didn't hear it.
Right.
Later changes it to say that he did. He goes in and is polygraphed on the issue that he did hear it. He fails it.
And then he backed off of it.
And then he backs off of it. And that's we're
now. Do I add that in this?
You put that in there, but,
okay.
But we're not going anywhere with that.
Just put it in there.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then it's Reyes is interviewed. He states that Pinson did in fact say this. He is polygraphed, and then whatever his results are, and keeping the open mind that he could pass polygraph.
He seemed to be fairly confident in some areas.
He and this is just me in my very limited dealings with him. Is he is. I don't think it necessarily has to be the truth. He's going to be confident. He can come in and say that yes, the sky is green. I'm certain of it. Certainly, go look. It's green.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that's him.
Yeah. Well, I'm familiar with a couple of the other situations that are not far off of this, where he's manufactured stuff.
So let's get that part done, and then we'll reconvene and see where we need to go.
Okay.
And I fully understand the crunch part of that. And if we don't think we can have I would not ask anybody to produce a product that they're not good with. I don't want you to write a 2-page memo that's when we're talking about a terminal issue. Not that it has to be 15 pages long. It can be pretty short. But I don't want you to just feel like you got to put something down and get it done. But let's get him through that, and then we'll come back and address that issue.
Okay.
But that is a secondary real concern coming from upstairs. They do not want that lingering for the new person coming in. And the issue becomes is if it is a terminal issue, which it would be for somebody, the rest of that paperwork that they have to complete, and then we have to give him the amount of time he's allotted to make a decision on a hearing and get the hearing scheduled. I can tell you they're already working on dates for hearings because the assumption is we'll have a hearing. So that part's being done on the front end anyway.
Let me ask you. This is just a technical question. As far as a hearing goes, the information that you're allowed to testify to in an administrative hearing isn't restricted by what you have as far as what you're asking for. In other words, if there's other peripheral things that come up, those can be addressed in an administrative hearing, right? Yeah. So you don't have those.
No,
okay.
There's no. The evidentiary stuff is far looser. The other part in the administrative hearing is it's a very specific issue. If the issue is, in this case, truthfulness, and it's this statement, we're not talking about who had conversations with who or who I talked to after or what I did. Did I, in fact, say this? And for Pinson's regard, say he said it and then he denied it and he's failing the polygraph. The question for him, or the crux of the hearing, is other people heard you say this and you're denying it. And then 2 or 3 people would be presented to say, no, I did hear him say that. In this case, it'll be the reverse.
Right.
And the person is saying, I heard this. 2 or 3 people will be presented. I'd never heard this. Here are the results of the polygraph exam. And that's pretty much it. And the only thing I can present in my defense is any witness that I can bring forward that says that it did occur that can testify truthfully. Royal cannot, because he's already failed his polygraph. And absent anybody else, there is no evidence that I can produce, so that the hearings are usually no longer than 4-hour affairs. They're pretty short. So if there are other things that need to be added and included, they can be put in at the end. Now, the other part of it is he is entitled, at the end of this, if he goes in and he flunks his polygraph, he is entitled to the completed administrative investigation. Now, any additional attachments or anything like that,